yourself closer to me. Dawera, sanga kukonde, momwendi na kukondera. Momwendi na kukondera, kondera, kondera. Wandipesa kazi fumu wako, ndakuna kusaka, kusaka, saka. Wandipesa kazi fumu wako, ndakuna kusaka, kusaka, saka. Wandipesa kazi fumu wako, ndakuna kusaka, kusaka, saka. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BM Studio Sessions. My name is Blessing Magore, and today we've got royalty in the building, and we've got a Manchester-based Malawian artist. She's an Afrima Award winner. She has shared the stage with various households in Africa, the likes of Oliver Mtukudzi, the likes of XQ, the likes of Black Motion, Lady Zama. The list is endless. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Hazel Mack.
Hi guys, my name is Hazel Mack and I'm an artist from Manchester. Welcome to BM Studio Sessions. I want your hands all over my body. Anything you want, you know I got it. Call on me if you need some loving. Call on me if you need some loving. So sit sangani sako, you're all I need. So sit sangani sako, you're all I need. So sit sangani sako, you're all I need. So say sanga disako, disako. Oh oh, heaven. Oh oh, heaven. Oh oh, heaven. Oh oh, heaven. Do you remember last summer when we chilled at the lake for days? Hot skin, hot bodies, easy days and harder nights. Couldn't tell your skin from mine. Oh my, oh my. Didn't it feel like heaven? I want your hands all over my body. Anything you want, you know I got it. Call on me if you need some loving. Call on me if you need some loving. So says Zangadizako, you're all I need. So says Zangadizako, you're all I need. So says Zangadizako, you're all I need. So says Zangadizako, Dizako, Dizako, Dizako. Oh oh oh, heaven, you feel like heaven, you feel like oh heaven, you feel like don't you know you feel like heaven, oh 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 heaven, you feel like heaven, you feel like oh 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 oh
Hazel, welcome to BM Studios.
Thank you so much.
You know what? Yeah, I had so much fun just jamming with you today. Like it's amazing. Like just me on the guitar and you're playing, and it's such a vibe. Is this how you are most of the time when you're in the studio? Is it are you always this laid back kind of a lady and just let the creativity flow?
Yeah, I actually prefer it like that.
Yeah.
I actually had such a great time jamming.
Yeah.
Because even my background, like where I started singing, it was like mostly live based.
Right.
So it was really great having like a whole jam session and talking about music with you and actually performing it. It's very, very exciting that we finally got to do this.
Yeah. I'm really happy that we finally met and we got to do this. So you are from Malawi? Yeah. So as I was reading your bio, according to the MalawiMusic.com, it says that you started music at the age of 11.
Yes.
How did that happen? How did you say, okay, cool, I want to do music now? And what was the process?
Actually, it started before I was 11 because my dad had this philosophy of he said that creative arts actually teaches children discipline.
Right.
So from a very young age, when they noticed that I was destroying the coffee table, standing on top of the coffee table, and singing, I used to mimic Whitney Houston.
Oh,
yeah.
So
So so I used to jump on my mum's coffee table and I used to sing. And what they ended up doing was every Friday, my dad and my mother would be like, "Oh, Friday's family time." So they'd be like, plan some songs and actually dress up, and like during the day our mom would take us out shopping and we'd buy little costumes and stuff and we'd put on a show, my older sister and I. And there's this picture of me, which is actually in a family album. I'm wearing this like black dress skirt thing with a red bow, with my little like afro, singing on top of my mom's coffee table, and my dad and mum were in the background like
cheering you up.
cheering me on. So it started from a very young age. My dad saw that I liked music. I like to be not center stage, but like, I'm singing, listening to me singing. So after that, this was when we lived in Namibia. Then when we moved to Ivory Coast, he enrolled us to a performing arts school. And when I say us, my older sister and I mean, she's a trained dancer. So he enrolled me to music classes. I learned how to play the keyboard. I think I was like 6, between 6 and 5. And then also went to performing arts school. Learned how to dance. I did ballet. My older sister did contemporary dance.
All right.
And did that for, I think, until I was about 8, 10.
Wow, okay.
So it really started from my dad just nourishing creative arts. And it really taught me discipline to, if this is what you want to do, you stick to it. And you focus. On that.
So from what you're saying, it sounds like you've been moving around quite a lot in Africa. You're talking about Ivory Coast and Namibia and so forth. What was the reason of you moving around a lot? Were your parents diplomats or something like that? Or
so my dad was a diplomat. And because of his job, we moved around quite a lot. I think the last place that he was posted at was Ivory Coast.
Right, I see.
So that's where I learned how to speak French. So je parle un petit peu.
The only thing that I know is bonjour and
bonjour.
Yeah, that's French.
Oui.
Yeah, exactly. So you speak French fluently?
Yes, I do.
That's really good.
I do speak French.
Oh, that's amazing.
Which reminds me, I should probably do a song
in
with
French.
The French artist. Hey, Mr. Manager.
Yeah. All right. Because they say that if you can speak English and if you can speak French, you can pretty much survive anywhere in Africa. Because they were one of our biggest colonizers. So if you can speak French, English, you're good.
Definitely.
Then a little bit of Portuguese, but
but Portuguese, there's some words in French that they're kind of similar.
But
then it's the same way with like a lot of languages. There are different words that you can pick.
I understand. So now you're saying that you're standing on the coffee tables, and I'm just assuming that you are just imagining yourself on the limelight, little kid. So when did you? When was the first time? Now you say you moved on stage and performing in front of a huge audience. When did that start?
I think it first started with dance because I did ballet for a very long time. So it was ballet. My dad used to come to my recitals, and so did my mum. But I think after he died, because he died I think it's about 20. Michelle was like 25 years ago, right?
No, about 28.
Oh, yeah, 28 years ago.
Okay.
Thank you for correcting. About 28 years ago. And after that, we then moved to... So we were based in Ivory Coast at the time when he passed.
Yeah.
Then we moved back to Malawi.
Right.
And when we were in Malawi, we stayed there for about 2 years.
Yeah.
But in those 2 years, my mom didn't want our experience to be any different.
Yeah.
Especially because like Dad wasn't around. And one of his dying wishes was that for her to keep encouraging us to be creative. And especially for me, he said, you know, please make sure Hazel continues
Yeah.
to do the music stuff that she likes, and if it's dance, encourage
Yeah.
her to keep dancing. And like it's the same thing for like my two sisters as
Yeah.
well. So I went back to Malawi, and my mom is actually a trained fashion designer. So when we moved back to Malawi, she started designing clothes and started to have her own fashion shows.
Yeah.
Then eventually she got herself into like mainstream like Malawian pageants and stuff like that. So she
Right.
used to dress a lot of Malawian
yeah.
Miss Malawi
That's right. Yeah.
pageant contestants. So with that connection, then she put me in the like the slots where you need
Yeah.
entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, my daughter sings. She put us in there, and at the time, I used to also sing
Yeah.
with my sister.
Oh, okay.
That she'll kill me for calling her Michelle. It's called Mac.
Elmac.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I used to sing with Mac, and we'd get on stage, and it was like little kids like singing
yeah.
Spice Girl songs and stuff like that. So that was fun.
Yeah.
Then when TV Malawi first launched,
Yeah.
my sister and I were actually the first kids on Malawian TV.
Right.
And we sang, I think I sang a Sade song.
Okay.
And
I love Sade.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love Sade.
Yeah.
So it's such an amazing, like, creative, the vocals. Okay.
No, that's real. That's because
Yeah.
It seems like there's a whole long story behind it, isn't it?
Yeah. So I did first kids on TV Malawi.
Yeah.
And just continued doing music, and after that won a couple of awards as like young entertainers.
Yeah.
And then we moved here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. We're gonna go to moving to the UK,
Yeah.
but before that, so you still on the conversation of your tender age, yeah. So there were various people that started noticing your talent. So the Malawian Music Association and Channel O. And so from then, how did that now catapult your music career when these organizations started noticing you? Now it's like, oh, there's a bit of talent here.
I think what it was is again probably me trying to figure out what it was that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So coming back here, I already had the music background, had the dance, but at the same time, where my father was like, creative arts teaches discipline. At the same time, he did encourage us to be quite academic.
Right.
So the move here gave me a chance to also still focus on the academics. But then I wanted to merge academics and also like my passions at the same time. And I think it was easier for me to do because I come from a family that encouraged the two of them to be merged together.
Yeah.
So I don't have a story in which I'm like, oh, my parents didn't want me to sing. And especially as a female artist, there's a lot of stereotypes that are attached to being a female in the entertainment business.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any of that.
Yeah.
All I had was like very supportive parents, and then like moving here also gave me a wider like platform and a wider stage in terms of like trying to figure out exactly the type of entertainment business that I wanted to go into.
Yeah.
So I went from doing ballet into like street dance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then really found a love for music.
Right.
So did GCSEs music, then did A-levels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then went on to university, and I did music business and media marketing.
Wow. Okay.
So went into that, finished that, and I thought I'd work in the background.
Right.
But then wanted to use myself as a case study because I found that there wasn't like representation in terms of like female acts, especially from Malawi. All the female acts that we had were like gospel singers,
Right, yeah.
or like Ethel Kamwindo,
Yeah.
people that like well respected in the industry, but it's just for a Malawian space.
Right.
So I wanted to do more for my country. I wanted to do more for myself, and for at least someone to be able to look back at the work that I would eventually do.
Yeah.
And open doors for other artists and other female musicians.
That's really good. That's really good. Yeah, we're going to talk more about that section as well, about the girls in Malawi and creativity and all that, because it's something that you really represent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think in the meantime, what we'll do is we'll just have some more music, and because I just want us, I want us to talk, then entertain us at the same time. So you're going to play another song from you, and we'll come back to the next conversation. Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, we've got Hazel Mack, and she's going to give us another song.
Hi guys, my name is Hazel Mack and I'm an artist from Manchester, and I'll be singing one of my new singles that's coming out, M. Patrick and Hazel Mack, and you're here at BM Studio Sessions. Let's go.
You're breaking my focus. I'm finding it hard to stay cool. One thing I think you should know is I often think about you. That's why I'm glad that you called. You really put my mind at ease. There's something about your voice that really sets my soul on fire. It really sets my soul on. Usandileke baby, usandidai. Usandileke baby, usandidai. Umandi banda baby, ndiwe mbambanda. Umandi banda baby, baby, got sweetie, got, ndiwe got sweetie, got sweetie, got sweetie, got sweetie. Lights on, lights off, however that you want it, baby, you can get it. Oh, I like the way that you say my name, like a moth to a flame. If you keep on drawing me closer, you might scatter my mind, yeah. Scatter my mind, yeah. Don't quit it, touch me now, lose it. Tell me now, go to me, oh, I'm gone forever, yeah. Don't quit it, touch me now, lose it. Tell me now. Oh boy, you're breaking my focus. Finding it hard to stay cool. One thing I think you should know is I often think about you. That's why I'm glad that you called. You really put my mind at ease. There's something about your voice, and that really sets my soul on fire.
Good. So, you moved to the UK in 2000. Yeah, is that correct?
Yeah.
So you moved to UK in 2000. I'm assuming that was through your parents again, being diplomats and coming to the UK?
It was like, this was after my dad died.
Oh, right.
So
Oh, so sorry.
My mum moved us to the UK.
Right.
But she was a midwife at the time.
Oh,
So
okay.
she came to the UK and started to work in the UK within the NHS.
Yeah.
And we followed in 2000. So she came a bit earlier than us.
Yeah.
Then we came here in 2000.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Oh, that's brilliant. So then the music started popping and started sharing stages with some big names.
Yeah.
And one guy I really want to mention is Tiny Temper.
Yeah, that was
So
fun.
yeah, tell me about that story. How did that happen?
Oh my goodness, it was an event in Tottenham Hale, I think. Yeah, Tottenham Hale.
Yeah.
In London, and I remember looking at the flyer because I was just like singing.
Yeah.
So this is the young Malawian girl just singing. So then got booked for it, went to perform, and right after my set, I sang. What song was it? I think from my early. I think it was like Nima Kukonda. Times. I think it must have been Nima Kukonda.
Okay. Yeah.
So I went and performed, and at the time, like, no one was listening to African music.
Yeah.
I was just like the odd one standing like, singing my African songs.
Yeah.
But it was a really great experience. I got to see Tiny Temper like before he even blew up.
Yeah.
Because I think his stepdad or something like that was related to like a Zimbabwean producer of, that I knew.
Okay.
So we got booked for the same event. It was like an African event where we're supporting a charity. I think this was so long ago.
Right.
But yeah, performed with him. Like you could tell that he was destined for some like big
something big. Yeah.
He has such a huge star.
Yeah.
Personality, like star quality. So it was nice.
That's really good. I mean, I've got no shadow of a doubt that you are definitely on the same direction as well yourself, you know.
I believe.
No, I believe it too. Yeah. So because I see it in you, you know what I mean. So there's one thing, like you're one of those artists that I say you know, you're quite lucky in terms of coming from Africa and having African parents that are very supportive in you being in the creative industry. Because from my own experience, my parents, you know, they were not very encouraging, you know. And number two, in the 2000s, you moving to the UK, 2000s, being an African, it wasn't very popular. And yet you were still performing African music, you know. Was this something that was also instilled by your parents in just carrying the pride as an African, and, you know, especially during the time when it wasn't cool to be African?
Yeah. I think it really comes down to, I think we had an earlier conversation about growing up in Namibia.
Yeah.
During apartheid, and like coming from Malawi and then going to Namibia where like everything was so different.
Yeah.
Our home became like our sanctuary.
Right.
And I remember like my mom and my dad always, I think it's probably even why the music thing was such a huge thing in our household.
Yeah.
Because outside where we lived, it was the rest of the world, and the rest of the world was telling my parents that grew up in Malawi where, you know, the no restrictions. It was just the Kamuzubanda era. You know, we had our own issues going on.
Yeah.
But moving to Namibia, and then there was all this apartheid, things going on.
Yeah.
As children, we weren't accustomed to that.
Yeah.
So I think they created this space where let them be creative, because even in our house in Namibia, my dad built us a dance studio.
Oh, wow.
There was, mirrors everywhere.
That's amazing. Yeah.
He had tapes, like MTV, tapes.
Yeah.
At the time, I think it was MTV.
Yeah.
Like old school, music videos. And we would watch them, like SWV and all of these other artists, Michael Jackson. And it was just my sister and I. Because when we left our house, it was just a lot of white people, and it was all segregated.
Right, yeah.
So they created a haven for us in our household.
I see.
Coming from a space like that where we're taught to be so strong and be
proud
Yeah.
of being black.
Yeah.
And then also being proud of being African.
Yeah.
It wasn't a difficult thing to do to come here and still be
Yeah.
us. In fact, I felt as though I was out of place because I thought people here lacked discipline.
Yeah.
When I was at school here, I thought people lacked discipline. So I found myself still like in music, like during my lunch breaks,
Yeah.
I'd be in the music rooms, or I'd be in the art rooms, or in the theatre rooms. Like, why do I need to be outside playing? Like, I can play after school. Like, I'm at school. I need to utilize this time.
Yeah.
And I think that it definitely comes back down to like our roots and like how we were raised.
Yeah.
So being African has always been the coolest thing,
of course,
for me. So even being here at the time where being African wasn't cool, it was still cool for us. And then when Davido came out, everyone was just like, oh. I was like, no, you guys need to listen to. Have you heard of Miriam Makeba?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So just being very proud of our roots. Definitely something that stems down from being young.
That's really cool. Yeah. So let's talk about the 18th of November. Afrimas.
The day my life changed.
The day when you became the first female Malawian Afrima winner.
Yeah.
And is it the first Malawian as well?
It was first Malawian.
Yeah.
And then I think it was like 2 years later, another Malawian artist won an Afrima.
So basically, you're the first Malawian and first female Malawian to win the Afrimas.
Still holding the title.
And this was for the Best African Act?
Yeah, Best African Act in the diaspora.
Wow, that's really cool. And it was your song Jive. Jiva, that's right. Jiva with Tay Green and Roberto?
Yes.
Yeah. How does it feel to be representing your country on such a big platform like that?
I think for myself, it's still something that I pride myself on it.
Yeah.
It's something that I never thought I'd achieve.
Yeah.
So early on in my career. It was like my music career, like since 2014, has literally just been a roller coaster. And then like 2018 to have won the Afrima was insane. Even just being nominated.
Yeah.
I was very excited about that. We went to Ghana. I love Ghana.
Yeah.
Went to Ghana for it, and I remember sitting in the auditorium, and Shekinah was in front of me, and like I think Nasty C was there, and all these other like Ghanaian artists. There's Jackie Aipa. I can't say, is it Aipia?
Aipa. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Gosh. And it was Aya Nakamura and Sauti Soul. I was like, it was a very like incredible experience.
Yeah.
And I only went there because I was just like, I got nominated. I'm an artist from Malawi.
Yeah.
Nobody knows Malawian artists.
But I guess with the award shows, like such big international award shows, you get to meet all the household names, isn't it? And just you being amongst those, you really feel like, I'm now a real artist now here, isn't it?
You know what it is?
Yeah.
My mom said something to me when I got nominated for it, and I was just like, I don't understand like what's going on. And then the people that I was in the category with, it's like another female artist that I really admire, Aya Nakamura, and I was just like, how?
Yeah.
But at the same time, my mom said to me, the thing is, you will always view yourself as you.
That's
you
right.
only have your goals, and you only have what you want to achieve. That's how you see yourself.
That's right? Yeah.
But you never see yourself.
Yeah. That is dope.
So
that is so profound. Yeah.
Right? It was such a profound moment. And she was like, go to Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
Go and experience it.
Right.
At the end of the day, you being nominated, that's already a win for you.
Yeah.
But if you win, then you need to do more. Not for yourself, but for other people. Because these are all the people that see you.
Yeah.
that have put you on that platform.
Yeah.
So you need to do better and you need to push.
Wow.
So that's that. And she sent us off on the flight and we went to Ghana and yeah.
Wow. You know, there's this saying that Kanye West mom Donda used to say, like, you know, sometimes the beast doesn't see the beast, like, let's say the giant doesn't see the giant himself in the mirror.
Yeah.
Does it make sense? Like, and, you know, having a parent like that who instills so much wisdom in you, and, you know, I'm sure that really, really, like you, I mean, I would say like your mom, she was kind of like your catapult to where you are now, isn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think a lot of my music, I wouldn't have been able to achieve it without her. She's literally my main source of inspiration. She's like, oh, I need to shoot a music video. Oh, how much do you need? And I'm like, you have so many responsibilities.
Yeah.
Like, you want to give me money for a music video? And she's like, no, like, you need to do it because I believe in you.
Wow.
And so many other people that see you believe in you. And she's like, you know, my friends always tell me, oh, I saw your daughter on the BBC doing an interview. I'm so proud of her. Dad would have been happy, you know, like hearing stories like that from her as well. It's very, very encouraging, where people that are my mum's age are even watching what I'm doing and they're like, oh, that's my friend's daughter. That it's very encouraging. And you know, there's some moments where you would understand as a creative. You get moments where you're just like, I just feel like I'm not achieving like what I've set for myself. And it's very frustrating. And I'm like, maybe I should just like stop doing music and focus on other things. And my mom would turn around and be like, after all that investment, you're not stopping anytime soon. I'm excited. And she's like, you see all those awards you have there? I'm waiting for the Grammy. And after the Grammy, there's more awards for you to win.
Wow,
so it's really having that matriarch in the family is everything to me.
Wow, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. I think in the meantime, we're going to have some more music. Yeah, shall we go for that?
Yeah,
let's do it.
Some more music.
Cool. Hazel Mac, another song. Yes, thank you.
Hi guys, my name is Hazel Mack and I'm an artist from Manchester, and I will be singing a song called Serenade from my album Unorthodox right here at BM Studio Sessions. Let's go.
Let me serenade you. Can I serenade you? So can I be your lover? Can I be your lover? Can I be your lover? You see, I'm from the motherland. Let me tell you something that you must understand. Pure melanin, quit be tripping all day. Quit be tripping all day. But if they only knew, let me feed your mind and caress your soul to anything you want me to. So can I be your lover, your lover? So can I be your lover, your lover? Can I serenade you? I thank God that He made you. So can I be your lover? Can I be your lover? Can I be your lover? You're clearly from the motherland. Let me tell you something that you must understand. Pure melanin, we be tripping all day. We be tripping all day. But if they only knew, if they only knew. Now let me free your mind and caress your soul to anything you want me to. So can I be your lover, your lover? Ah, 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 so can I be your lover? I'm clearly from the motherland. I'm clearly from the motherland. I'm clearly from the motherland. Let me tell you something that you must understand.
Right. So now I want to talk about the things that you do outside music. You know, so you're a mom, you're a wife, and you're an entrepreneur, social entrepreneur, and you're doing some remarkable things in Malawi. And one thing to point out is Malawian Girls Rock. Can you tell me more about that, please?
Malawian Girls Rock.
Yeah.
My beloved baby. Don't tell my son that. Malawian Girls Rock is a platform that basically amplifies the female narrative.
Right.
You know, there's so many platforms where you hear people say, "Oh no, you know, we're giving women a voice and stuff like that." I don't think women need to be given voices. I think they already have voices.
Yeah.
They just need more platform to amplify their voices and to lead in their own narratives, because we live in a world where female narratives are always pushed by men.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's rare to find women in spaces where they're carrying their own voices.
Yeah.
And we need more and more platforms where women are allowed and are encouraged to amplify themselves.
Okay.
So that's what Malawian Girls Rock is about.
And how do you go about that? What kind of platforms do you set for them? So
initially, it started off as a CSR project for myself, as you know, as an artist.
Yeah.
But then it kind of grew into what it is now, and it's still growing. You know, it's kind of taken a life of its own.
Yeah.
Which is insane and amazing at the same time. At its early stages, we even had the chance to go on like BBC Focus on Africa and talk about the importance of the platform. And it's really grown into something of its own. And the reason why I actually started was because when I went back to Malawi, I wanted to work on like female-led projects.
Right.
And again, you know, with the stereotypes that are attached to female artists, it was very difficult for me to work with other NGOs, and I'm quite outspoken. I don't I don't do too well with telling me to do something that doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So that's something that it's just not who I am. You've already heard about like my background and how I was raised. So Malawian Girls Rock grew from a space where I was told no one too many times and I didn't like it. Right. So I decided if I don't like something, again, my mum, I would complain about it. And she's like, if you don't like something,
do something about it.
Stop complaining about it. Yeah. Do something about it. Yeah. You know, like it's not the exact words you want to hear when you're going to your mum and you're like, oh no, they told me no again. And she's like, how many times are you going to hear no? Stop going to people to help you do something you're passionate about and what you want to do. Yeah. Do it yourself. And I was like, I have no money. She was like, start with what you actually have. Where can you start? And I used my music. I used who I was. Not who I was, who I am. Yeah. And then Malawian Girls Rock came out of that. Fruition, I got tired of people telling me, oh, you sound like you can't speak Chichewa, or your image is too sexy, or you're too outspoken. You don't dress up like the typical Malawian. Which I found very bizarre because, I'm sorry, but you have Madonna as... Yeah. A Malawian an ambassador for Malawi that has newspaper articles with her katundus hanging out. Okay?
And adopting so many kids.
Exactly.
Because a few kids you adopted in Malawi, isn't it? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I'm Malawian. Yeah. And I want to do projects for like my people. Yeah. But I'm not allowed to do that because my image doesn't fit for Malawi.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I was very outspoken about that.
Yeah.
And started Malawian Girls Rock, and it was really just about being in the forefront of all of our narratives, because most of the journalists at the time were male.
Yeah.
Male figures were men.
Yeah.
And even as a musician, it was hard to get what I want to do with myself as an artist out. And there were so many other women that you get to meet in these creative spaces where they talk about the same thing. Like, why are we just talking about stuff? Why are we not doing something about it?
Yeah.
So Malawian Girls Rock is about any type of female, mainly creating a space within the media for women to share their stories, talk about their achievements, for us as women to also celebrate them within the diaspora, and also look at other women that are doing amazing things and bringing that information and that knowledge to your phone.
Yeah. That's really great. That's really great.
Thank you.
So I mean, like, in terms of still on that topic, in terms of girls and creativity, currently, what do you think are some of the challenges that the women are facing in the industry that maybe men don't really, we can say, they might find it easier than the women?
Well, the truth is, the way the world is designed, it's a man's world.
It's a man's world.
Yeah. And even though it's a man's world, women run it. You know, when you talk about like entrepreneurship, even in Africa, people always think, oh, that all of these big companies, you know, like all these African big companies, but why are the women that are in that corner for the past 10 years selling bananas or selling mandasis? Or, you know, that the women, even in the market, most of the people that are business people in a market are women.
Right, it's true.
And running their businesses, they've run them based on very little to nothing knowledge. You know, entrepreneurship is a woman's space, and women have been doing this for decades, but it wasn't given a name. Now it's female entrepreneurship, female business. You know, it's been given a name, but now it's about teaching women how to, like, sustainability. But it's not even about teaching them, because these are our grandmothers, our aunts, and, you know, our sisters that have been running these businesses with zero to no knowledge.
That's right.
But they're able to run those businesses within their spaces, like their economic spaces. Instead of creating platforms where we're going to teach them what they already know, now we're just giving it a name to what they already know. That's true. We should be learning from them. How have you been able to keep up this business with zero to nothing? You know? And then even if you look at right now, like, even not even like economic change, it's like it's weather, there's so many things that stand against women running these businesses, but they're still able to survive. There's something that they're doing that's right.
That's true.
And we need to go there to learn that from a space where you have nothing, but you're building something, sustaining yourself. There's a lot that the rest of us can learn from, instead of us always thinking, let's go and teach them. No. Let's go and learn something. Then from there, we'll merge both worlds
together
and figure out ways in which now we can amplify what you're doing. Let's just build more on what you're doing, instead of coming in and like trying to change that because it works in Nigeria, which doesn't work in Malawi.
Exactly.
You know? So it's just about sharing knowledge and being open enough to understand that you know nothing until you learn something new. True. So I mean,
I can see the entrepreneur in you, the activist and the entrepreneur in you kicking in. You know, like they would like you mentioned that this project is like your baby. You know, and they say if you want to look at the qualities of an entrepreneur, you look at anyone who's a mother. Because they've got those qualities. They have to wake up early in the morning. They have to make sure the kids are fed. They have to make sure everything is in place. So naturally, by nature, the women, they just isn't it? They just possess those skills. So why not
That's why I was saying, like, in as much as it's a man's world, it's really run by women.
True.
Yeah.
Really, truly. Wow, that's amazing. Like, you know,
I got deep very quickly.
Yeah. But you know what? You're just like, I'm learning a lot from you as well. You know what I mean? Just sharing that wisdom, and that, you know, it's so great. So let's talk about music. Back into the music, right? So you did your first EP, Embryonic.
Yeah.
And then you went into the Hazel, the self-titled EP, which was more predominantly Afro house, Afro pop, Afro house. Then you moved into Unorthodox, a 7-track album, which is very eclectic. You know, there's house, there's R&B. And one of my songs that I like in that album is Serenade. Man, like, it's even me playing it on the guitar, that was just like,
Don't tell the other producers, but Serenade is my favorite song too. But I like how you said it was eclectic, because that's how I actually describe it. It named it Unorthodox because, like, usually when people create an album, it follows a certain vibe, or it follows like a story. Yeah. And with that project, I called it Unorthodox because it's so eclectic.
Eclectic.
There's like something for everyone. Yeah. But in creating something for everyone, there was a lot of direction in terms of the people that I was working with at the time. Yeah. And even working with you today, when you're like, do you want me to play exactly as that? And I said, no, do
your thing.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you can't. I hate it when people impose on my creativity. Yeah. So I never do that to other people. Yeah. So I can go into like a producer's space, and they're like, okay, this is what we're working on. Yeah. But I always try and put a bit of me, because if you're doing your thing, I should be allowed to put my thing,
your element into
So that's where Unorthodox comes from. And in creating that project, I got given a chance to also put a track that personally for me that I loved, and that was actually Serenade. Right. Like I love live, like I love percussion, I love great riffs,
man, the riff on the intro, riff. that was the one. Like, once I listened to it, I was just like, wait a minute, this is so good.
Seconds, I believe the first 30 seconds of the song are the most important.
Of course,
people always think, oh no, it's the bridge because you need to show your vocal ability. No, it's the first 30 seconds.
Exactly.
Because if I'm on, like, we have access to music. All the time. Why am I going to spend more than 30 seconds on something I don't like?
Yeah. True.
So the first 30 seconds intro has to be
on
perfect.
Point. Yeah.
And that was Serenade. And I love the fact that you also said that was your favorite.
I love it.
Every time I listen to that project, Serenade.
Yeah. So that's really good. So then let's talk about your latest release. Actually, before I go to your latest release, because that release, I'm hearing a lot of amapiano on that one. So how do you best describe your sound as an artist?
You know what?
Yeah.
For the longest time, from even myself as an artist, I never would like describe myself. Some artists would be like, oh, I'm a conscious hip hop artist. Or I'm a soul singer. I've just never believed in putting yourself
in a box. Yeah.
And luckily, God has blessed me with a voice where I can bend it. In ways that it will work with the songs that I work with. And like, lucky enough, also, I've worked with really great people that know how to pick, beats that would work for me. And I think for the longest time before Serenade, most of the music that I did was based on what I thought people were expecting of me. And then it's also having a team where people are like, I think you should do this, I think you should do that. Like you said even before, when you become a mom, like everything, like your mindset changes. And I've always been a sucker
for soul music
Yeah.
and house
Right.
and like electronic music. Like if you listen to some of the music
Yeah.
that are actually on my playlist on my phone,
Those elements
and
are
the
in there.
music that I sing,
Yeah.
there was like a huge divide. It was like,
Yeah.
why am I trying to be something that I'm not?
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And then after I worked on my first piano song because I was working with DJ Kandako.
Okay.
And I had an interview with him, and he said to me, "You've done house,
Yeah.
you've done Afropop, you've done all of these things. Where do you feel the most?" It was actually in an interview, and he goes, "Where are you most comfortable?" And I said, "I love house music. I have a record called if you haven't listened to it, Tabuera.
Yeah.
Like it was actually inspired by Mikasa.
All right. Yeah. I love Mikasa. Yeah. Yeah.
Jika.
Can I?
Yeah. Jam.
Can I? Mm-hmm.
Such a jam.
Yeah.
So it was inspired by that. And it's just been a space of like happiness.
Yeah.
Electronic music, house music. But then when I say soul is I love singing live.
Yeah.
Like there's no other feeling
Yeah.
than just getting in front of a mic and
Yeah.
just like not thinking about your notes and not you're singing from like a space
Yeah.
where there's no words for it. You
Yeah.
know, it's coming from a deep space, and you just want to experience yourself in that moment.
Yeah.
And if you have, you know, the joy or the pleasure of having an audience,
Yeah.
it's even better.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know? So you're
Yeah.
experiencing something and you're actually allowing other people to experience that moment with you.
Yeah.
So live, soul music, house. And when I say electronic music, do you know the amount of times I've gone to piano events?
Yeah.
And I have people that are like, how do you listen to piano? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, what do you mean? It's different.
Yeah.
There's different versions of it. There's Afro houses. It's not just piano. Like
Yeah.
within electronic music, there's so many other subgenres. Like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like, but I guess it's got those same elements, isn't it? It was much easier for you just jumping into piano, isn't it? Because it carried those same elements, the electronic, the soulful, the house, and you know, and I love soul because soul is got that. Soul is authentic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're just being you and who you know, being you.
You're not
yeah.
really thinking too much about it.
Exactly. Because as I was reading your biography, you mentioned two female legends, Miriam Makeba, Angelique Kidjo, and they had that element of soul. But what brought that inspiration? Like what lessons have you learned from them in terms of, you know, being in the industry as females?
I think for me, is the fierceness. You know?
Oh, they're bold.
They're so bold.
Yeah.
So fierce. And you know, being in spaces where everyone told them they would never be in.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And I can't imagine what that feeling must be like. You know, at the moment I've been reading the biography of, what's it called? There was a part where someone was describing her music and they said not a lot of people like her.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people like her because she's completely being herself and she's actually doing something in this world.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't be such a legend if everybody liked her.
Exactly.
And I remember reading, I can't believe I can't remember. It's been a very long day.
Yeah. You can't please everybody, can you?
You can't please everybody.
Yeah.
But that's it. You can't please everybody.
Yeah.
And I just want to be in spaces where I wasn't meant to be in. And I want to look around and just be like, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And there's going to be someone, somewhere,
Yeah.
that's going to look at that and think, if she can be in that space,
Yeah.
I can be in any space
exactly
that I want to be in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Yeah. Brilliant. Amazing. So, I'm a piano. comes your latest release, Saka Saka, with M. Patrick and Mephi Cubic.
Yes.
Two great guys I look up to.
Too much talent.
Yeah.
Too much talent.
Yeah, you're somewhere at the back there listening. Yeah, so, you know, talking about Unorthodox, you worked with so many producers. How did you then connect now with M. Patrick and coming up with such a masterpiece?
I think it was just moving to Manchester because I was in Essex for the longest time.
All right.
But my partner,
Yeah.
soon-to-be husband,
Yeah.
my partner was based in Manchester. He grew up in Manchester.
Right.
So he'd been saying, you know what? I've tried to live in Essex with you.
Yeah.
It's not my thing.
Yeah.
Let's go to Manchester. And on top of that, for your music, fresh start, you get to do like the type of music you want to do. You get to be a creator. Because I also paint. So
Oh,
it's
is
just
it?
Yeah.
Like proper drawing
Yeah,
and all.
like
Oh, wow,
proper
that's
drawing,
that's
yeah.
really
The
cool.
houses,
So
like,
you got your whole entire gallery in your house?
Yes, I started working on a couple of collections.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Hopefully in the future I'm gonna start selling prints, but it's just about getting a collective together.
Yeah. So it's not just music. It's also
no, it's
visual.
not just music. It's also like visual art.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and we also needed a bigger space because of our son.
Yeah.
So we moved to Manchester. Then I worked with a producer in Manchester on an Amapiano record called In the Middle.
Yeah.
And I actually had that's how I met Patrick.
Is it?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, I did an interview with Pi Radio and he heard In the Middle. And then he that's how we connected.
All right.
And he stuck with me for life. So our first record was Saka Saka.
Saka Saka.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love the record. I mean, I was like, you know, when I was talking to you behind the scenes, like, I love the mixing in the track. So before we go into the performance of the actual song, Saka Saka, to people out there, where can they find you if they want to know more about Hazel Mac music?
Well, it's the same everywhere. It's Hazel Mac Music, just to make it easy for everyone.
Yeah?
On every platform, Hazel Mac Music. Apart from TikTok, it's Hazel Mac Music too.
Right.
But,
That's cool. So here we go, guys. Hazel Mac Music. We're going to put all your links on the description of this video. Please check her out. She's amazing. I'm sure you've seen her live sessions. She's been killing it. She's been nailing it. Hazel, thank you very much for coming. And I had such a great time jamming with you, being in the studio with you, and just having conversation. You know, it was it's been a pleasure. Please don't be this. I hope this is not the last time.
Oh no,
please
definitely be back again.
keep coming here. It
was
great.
amazing. Coming back to record.
Yeah. Let's work on something. Let's make this place your home.
Hold that to it, and there's a whole recording, guys. This is my evidence.
Please,
This is my evidence.
and all our subscribers here, they're witnessing it. So but from the bottom of my heart, I wish you all the best, and the future is looking bright for you. And just keep pushing, and I'm looking forward to working with you more in the future.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me today.
Yeah.
It's been very productive. I think productive is the word. And you know, I'm so happy to be here because I'm even like more inspired. Like what you're doing here is absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah, you owe me guitar lessons.
Oh, please come through. BM Studios and Academy is the place to be.
Exactly. So I can fully serenade people with my guitar.
That's really good. Yes, serenade. It goes back to serenade again. You know what I mean? So thank you very much, Hazel. Like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing you in the future. And as we're coming to an end, we're going to leave you entertained with her latest release, and this is the acoustic version of Saka Saka. Ladies and gentlemen, Hazel Mac.
I wonder if he knows how I love him so. I wonder if he feels how I feel for him. I just want to love him, to hold him tenderly. I just want to love and to hold him close to me, to me. Senders, draw yourself closer to me. Dawera, sanga kuone momwendi makukondera, momwendi makukondera. Senders, draw yourself closer to me. Dawera, sanga kuone momwendi makukondera, momwendi makukondera, kondera, kondera. Wandibeza nkazifumu wako, ndibona kusaka, kusaka, saka. 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 Saka, saka. Saka, saka. Saga, saga. Saga, saga. You're like a breeze in the middle of the summer. Ooh, you take my breath away. And I can't deny how I feel, and I hope that you feel it too. I hope that you feel it too. Senders, draw yourself closer to me. Dawera, sanga kuone momwendi makukondera, momwendi makukondera, kondera, kondera. Senders, draw yourself closer to me. Dawera, sanga kuone momwendi makukondera, momwendi makukondera, kondera, kondera. Saga, saga. Saga, saga. Saga, 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 saga. Saga, saga. Saga, saga. Saga, saga. Saga, 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 saga. Saga, 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 saga.